going to share um, a very detailed and community powered journey in this first decentralized application. Now, the thing is that I think with a lot of other projects, not there's not many out there that we can say that are very used to launching decentralized applications. This is truly a one of a kind project, this Pandojo that we have, and this application is set to support and to create quite an interesting future for content creation, for viewers that love to watch content, for content creators that want to generate an income, for essentially all of us here as the Pando community members with our Rameet Ron nodes, eagerly waiting for to power this entire application with streaming. Now, let's actually just begin. I really have a lot of things to show you guys and what to expect and what to anticipate for Pandojo in this very beautiful generational journey that we have ahead of us. So let's start. Right, we can move on to the next slide. This is the Pandojo's welcoming screen. Right, so this is what we have right here, Pandojo. Live streaming reinvented. We can move forward. I just wanted everybody to take a look at the design that we have. Now, this is something that we have in stock for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a brand new promotional video that we've created, anticipating the launch of Pandojo on the iOS, the App Store, and the Google Play Store. So, the thing is, before we even move any further, this journey that we have taken with this application is really unlike any other. I think this application is something that a lot of people have been so excited about, and we finally have it in our hands. It's finally here. We've already gone into testing, and we've involved the entire community with the testing of the Android version. The iOS version will be released shortly for testing, and there's a lot of things that we have ahead of us. This is only the beginning of the application. Now, once we fully launch this application in publicly, and we start marketing it, all of us start promoting it and sharing it around, saying, hey, look at this blockchain powered application. I'm powering it with my computer, with my Rameet Rons, right? Start streaming on it. So I think when this application goes in full force, I think there's a lot of different types of conversations that we're going to have in the Telegram group, on our Instagram, on our Twitter, on our Discord, right, on our YouTube, on our presentations, between person to person in the community. The game is about to change. We have our app, our decentralized application powered by our technology. What more can we ask for? What more can we want? What more can be anticipated? There's so much more. We've got another 4 apps to release, but here we are focusing today heavily into Pandojo. I think it's been a long time coming, and we are here. We are here today, right here, right now. You and I both about to experience live streaming reinvented. Let's move forward. So this is the updated progress and timeline. This is updated based on our conversations with the developers, us taking a look at Pandojo, exactly where we want to take it and how we want to be able to bring in 100,000 users by this year, right? So right now we are in phase 1 and testing, right? We've launched it into phase 1, which is the testing phase, right? And in the testing phase, basically we are doing I think we're just here to stabilize the application, and we've got another very big aspect of it, which is the Rametron nodes. And the Rametron nodes here are set and being engineered and developed to power Pandojo. And this is our first step. So there's a lot of things that we have in store is as per development. And when it comes to a blockchain project, development is the number one thing. And then we're moving forward into Pandojo's launch. And Pandojo's launch, of course, will be set together with phase 2 and the web launch. Right now, we are already working on the website version of Pandojo. We will show that to you in a bit. Now, right after we complete the web launch and phase 2, we will be moving into stage 3 and the tournament preparation. Now, this tournament preparation isn't the global esports tournament. This is basically us testing out what it will be like for us to, have a local esports tournament across several countries. How will Pandojo react? And once we tabulate, once we collect all that data, and once we're sure that this is super stable and it is ready for us to go global, we'll be launching a global esports tournament, right? That's what you call global, right? Local esports tournaments will be happening thereafter. The reason why local esports tournaments will be happening thereafter is because after that, we're going to be focusing into all of our country partners together. So this right here is the progress and timeline for Pandojo. For anybody wondering what is happening with the application, what is going on with the project, what is happening with the Panda token, and what is going to be happening to your Ramatrons, whether it's going to be in use. This is all part of the plan, and this is just for one app. Mind you, we're releasing Vixo, and we are also releasing TutorX hand in hand this year. Let's move forward. So this right here is the Pandojo on the mobile version, on the web version. This is basically a very cool screen for you guys to screenshot. I'll give you guys time. I'll even give our marketing team some time to take a screenshot. Okay, that's all the time that you got. All right, let's move forward. Okay, so this right here is the esports tournament. I think a lot of people are waiting for activities to happen in the project, waiting for activities to happen for Pandojo. Now, Pandojo is the engine, is the first engine that we are building to power the Ramatrons, to create the revenue models, to generate a bigger user base, to promote the Panda project in ways that we never knew could be possible. Now we've got the esports tournament, right? With the power of the Pando community and the Pandasoft country partners that we have around, right? We aim to reach 100,000 participants in the first official global esports tournament. Now, this esports tournament, how are we going to get 100,000 participants? Because you have to understand, right? The first thing is that generally with esports tournaments, the registration price is about 100 over USD, maybe up to 500 USD, 1000 USD, depending on the cash price, right? So for this esports tournament that we're doing, right, the registration fee, the tournament price, the sponsors and advertisers, all of it will be transacted in PTX. That means for us to register in this esports tournament, we have to buy PTX, we have to create a Panda wallet, we have to join the Telegram group, we have to be part of the community in order for us to participate in this esports tournament. And this right here will create extremely high demand through the mass adoption that's about to happen in the Pando ecosystem. This is really going to be the catalyst for Pandojo, for the PTX value, for your Ramatron, PoE, for all of us here. This is going to be the thing that we are waiting for the most. I mean, we've already launched the application. Now we've got a lot of things to do with the application as community members, right? Now, in conjunction with the amount of videos and views that will generate on the app, I mean, think about it. We have 100,000 participants. How many thousands of videos will be generated? Roughly about 500,000 videos will be generated just through this esports tournament. And the more videos that we have, the more advertising space that we can create. And the more advertising space we can create, that means advertisers have to purchase PTX to place ads on the app. That means the higher the value of the PTX, the stronger our ecosystem, the stronger our community. And this is just one of the plans. Let's move forward. So these are the 12 revenue models, right? I will go through it based on phase 2 and phase 3. Phase 1, there's no revenue models. Phase 1 is basically just for stabilization, for testing, for finding bugs, for suggestions. And once we stabilize everything, we will be moving into developing phase 2. And as a matter of fact, phase 2 is currently being developed as we speak in certain factors, right? So we've got a few things coming in for phase 2. Phase 2, we've got advertisement, we've got donations, subscriptions, gifts, badges, and tournaments. That's all for phase 2. Now in phase 3, we will have sponsorship, top right. Sponsorship, good one. Sponsorship, VIP status. Yep. We have merchandise, in-house purchases, and predictions and marketplaces. That's for phase 3. So by the time we hit phase 3, we have all 12 revenue models fully functioning in Pandojo for anybody to enjoy and earn with. Now let's move forward. So this right here is phase 1. In phase 1, you can go live and upload videos. You can interact with other channels and build a community together. As you can see, this is a screenshot from our app, right? Hidup kena steady. This basically means you've got to be strong when you're living, and that I'm looking right here in the middle. So this little video here in the middle was somebody showing their rametrons. I found that really awesome, right? Then moving forward, create your channel, invite your friends, and build your followers. Right now, I just created the channel and I immediately got 1 follower. So this is my Pandojo channel. You guys can feel free to support me. I am a growing content creator and I will support you too. We are here to build a community together on Pandojo. Let's move forward. So that's what you can do in phase 1. Now let's move forward to the website. So the Pandojo website version is currently in development. We are basically, it will spot the same features as Pandojo phase 1, and that's upon the launch of the Pandojo web version. And once the testing of the web version is completed, it will be launching in conjunction with the mobile version for phase 2. So web version will be launching together with the mobile version in phase 2 with the revenue models and everything. So when website version is released, I'm pretty sure that you will be expecting to test out the application, to create content to the application. And there's there's a different feature on the website. We can move forward to the next slide. So in the website version, which is going to be released, right, you get to live stream your games using Pandojo Web. So you get to live stream your games. What I mean by that is that you will be able to record your screen, record yourself, record your audio, record the audio coming in from your mic, and be able to live stream. And that's the create button right there for you to create content. All right. All mobile features are included in the website version, and you have a bigger experience with building and creating on the website version, of course. So this is quite it's going to be a very interesting application, and it's going to be a very beautiful application in some months to come, right? You just have to be a little bit patient and support and join the community project and be able to support us all the way through the feedback form, through giving suggestions, to being proactive in the Telegram groups, to supporting each other. This is exactly what it means to have and build a movement. Let's move forward, right? So this right here is what's happening in phase 1. Right, so we've got the beta release at the start of the roadmap all the way up and on the top, and then we are moving forward with Android and iOS release, which is where we are currently, right? We are waiting for the iOS release, and then we will start phase 1. Now, let me tell you about phase 1. In phase 1, Pandojo will have minimal features in order to focus on the stability of the application. You will be able to upload, live stream, and watch content. Now, phase 1 will also occur in conjunction with heavy testing and development by the Pandojo Learning and Development team. In order, very important, this team is in charge of gathering community suggestions to improve the application for everybody. Now, I can't just say that we are a community project, and not involve the community. The community here is extremely involved. All of you have the feedback form to test out the application, to find bugs, to tell us what we can do better. Everybody should really be focused on Pandojo and, of course, on making sure that your rametrons are online in order to help everybody on Pandojo stream. Do you see what's happening? Do you see how the project has developed into such a stage? It gets me every time. So all development in Pandojo henceforth will be powered by the community, right? Let's move forward to what we need to do. So now, how to build together. This is how we can build together in phase 1. So the community must test Pandojo daily and provide feedback using the feedback form. The community is invited to create content and build their channels with followings, right? You get to build following. You get to ask your friends or promote your channel to build a following on Pandojo, right? You also get to provide suggestions to make Pandojo better. What else do you want in Pandojo? If you want a feature, if you want the notification button to always be there where you can access it and a chat bubble will pop up. Anything you guys can be as creative as you want, right? As long as it is for the betterment of the application, right? Invite more content creators and viewers to start building their channels and create content early on Pandojo. Now, this is very important. What if you were the first few people to use TikTok? What if you were the first few people to use YouTube? Right? You'd be a totally different level of a content creator because you'd have that head start. You'd have the initial community supporting you as the application is growing and getting more famous. So for anybody that's interested in creating content, now is the time. Now is the time where you build your content on Pandojo, right? Build your content on Pandojo. All we're asking you to do is upload your videos on Pandojo. All right, just make sure you do that. It's so important because you will be able to benefit in about 6 months to come. There'll be a lot of people coming in to use Pandojo, and if you are the first few to develop content, to create content, to go live, to build a following, as soon as we introduce revenue models, you will be the first few to start earning because you already have a good amount of following. You have a lot of people to subscribe and donate and give to you. So build your channel today on Pandojo, right? It's going to be a beautiful journey from here forth. Let's move forward. So this is how easy it is. Just sign up, create your channel, and immediately start going live.
안녕하세요.
こんにちは。
Hello.
どうしたかよ。Hello.
Greetings. Hey.
So for phase 1 in Pandojo, all you need to do is just create your channel and start going live or uploading videos, right? It is the easiest way for you to create videos and create your channel and create a live stream, right? Pandojo is super simple, super easy, super fast. And right now we're working on becoming the fastest application for anybody to create a channel, to sign up, to create a channel and to go live. Mind you, keep in mind that other platforms won't let you go live. Just like that, right? On Pandojo, a live streaming application, we allow you to go live anytime, anywhere, and be able to build your platform with us, build your channel with us, right? That's just a cool little video for you. So now in phase 2, this is the next step that we are building towards as we speak, right? Go live, upload video and create shorts, top 5 videos and advertising space. This will be a really cool slider, right? That will show you the top 5 videos trending in under videos or under live, right? And this will be featured in the explore page, the home page, or in each category. For example, if you are watching football and you will see the top 5 trending videos of football under uploaded videos or under live videos. So there you'll be able to get, the best content that you can from the home page of Pandojo, right? And this will of course be advertising space for advertisers, right? So we will also create a short section for anyone to create a 60-second clip. This is what we are working towards, right? So this short section is basically where you get to create very, very short video clips. You can share anything that you want to share and upload it. And you will also have videos live, and you will have the third option, shorts. So you've got 3 ways for you to create content on Pandojo, making it super big, super simple, super easy for anybody. Let's move forward. So Pandojo development in phase 2 will have subscriptions, donations, featured videos, badges, and flares, right? The revenue models will start functioning in a bigger capacity for content creators and users. Now, the Panda wallet will be introduced and revenue models will be functioning fully in PTX in phase 2, right? And phase 2 will be launching together with the web version, of course. So right now, we are working on releasing the web version, right? That will take a little bit of time, but when web version is released, it will be released for testing. And once the testing is completed and we are ready to launch phase 2 for iOS, for Android, and for web, then we will commence it. Then we will launch it together, and that's when we will have the official launch of Pandojo, right? So in this phase, we will prepare to launch local esports tournaments to review the stability of Pandojo across several countries, all of our country partners, right? And we will start to have local esports tournaments at that point. Now let's move forward, right? So in phase 2, what we can do to build the application further, the bigger that we build this app, the stronger our PTX, the stronger our community, the bigger our impact as a project for us, for all of us, right? So in phase 2, subscriptions, donations, badges, flares, gifts, and in-app purchases will be introduced as revenue models in Pandojo. So we will start creating local esports tournaments with all of the Pandasoft country partners across 20 over countries. And Pandojo will begin introducing advertising space for companies and businesses to use Pandojo to place ads. And of course, that is an income for content creators. That is an income for viewers that watch advertisements and earn in PTX, right? And that is, of course, a revenue model for all of us to enjoy with GPS. And outside of GPS, if Toyota comes in and purchases an advertising space on Pandojo, that right there is news. Why is that news? Because Toyota has just purchased a cryptocurrency to place an advertisement on an application. That's all news. Every single company that buys PTX is adoption, right? Very simple, and we're making it so easy for companies to, use and utilize our PTX. So content creators here and viewers can enjoy and earn on Pandojo for creating and watching content, right? And you get to earn and keep your earnings in the Panda wallet. All right, let's move forward. So now we're hitting the golden point. This is at a level where Pandojo is functioning fully, and we've got a very big tournament coming up. So in phase 3, Pandojo will have a Pandojo Reels, right, and fully functioning marketplace for users to list, buy, and sell merchandise and services. Now, the thing is about Pandojo Reels is that we are looking at either phase 2 or phase 3, right? Really depends on the developers, really depends on how long will it take to implement that, because we're building a brand new engine inside of the application that can support these 60-second videos, which is in portrait. Right now, videos are in landscape mode. So once we can start supporting videos in portrait mode, that will be great, right, for us. It's a brand new engine, brand new way to create videos. So that's something that we're working on right now. So we will keep the community updated regarding Pandojo Reels. A lot of people are very excited for it. I'm sure of that. So now in phase 3, we will prepare to launch a global esports tournament across 20 countries with an aim to garner over 100,000 participants. Now in this phase, Pandojo will have a complete ecosystem and revenue models, right? We will have all 12 of the revenue models functioning fully in phase 3, which is where we're looking at in about 3 to 4 months of having everything all together, including this marketplace, which is going to be a first for a live streaming app to have a marketplace for people to sell their shirts, their jerseys, their hats, their water bottles, their brands, and all that. Right? You can do a lot of stuff on Pandojo in phase 3. That's going to be very interesting. Let's move forward. So in phase 3, this is what we can do to build together, right? The merchandise and marketplace will be built into Pandojo for content creators and viewers to, of course, list items and services for users to purchase and sell using PTX. So in this phase, we need everybody to support, to come on board, to try starting a business with Pandojo. Pandojo is going to become an engine not just for the Panda project, but for people who want to create an income at this point. Right, we will launch a global esports tournament garnering 100,000 participants. This esports tournament will be functioning fully in PTX, and of course, for this, we need all of your participation in this esports tournament. Doesn't matter if you play the game or if you don't. What matters is if you come on board and you try it out and you support. Right, you set an example for the next generation. All right. This is going to be the first blockchain-based crypto-powered esports tournament. It's powered by our Ramatrons using our application. It's all built by the community and powered by the community. Now, Pandojo will have a brand new content section called Shorts, right, or Reels, right, where anyone can create short clips to share it and get followers or subscribers, right? This is what's happening in phase 3. That's quite a lot of stuff happening here. And this is just a roadmap for the next 4 or 5 months. This is what it is. This is a roadmap for the next 4 to 5 months. Now we can move forward. So please enjoy this. This is what happens once you reach phase 3. So there we have it. That's Pandojo live streaming reinvented. That is what Pandojo will be like in phase 3 onwards. So this is going to be a very interesting journey together. And of course, this is going to involve absolutely everybody here that's attending the Zoom meeting and everybody that's in the Telegram group that unfortunately could not attend the Zoom meeting, right? So this is a very special update from us to the community, right? This is something that we've been waiting for. We've been working on tirelessly, the developers, and I really want to say my biggest thank yous to the developers for working with us tirelessly throughout the night, and that too to deliver this application for the community to try out, to test out, to be able to, you know, ultimately be able to build this community project from an idea to reality. That's what we are right now, with the reality of decentralizing the entire video streaming industry with our first decentralized application. Now we can move forward, right? We've covered a lot of the good stuff. We've got some more, right? The official beta launch with the App Store and the Google Play Store will be out very soon. Hang in there. I know we're all waiting for the iOS version. It was set to launch a couple of days ago, but there's a couple of things that has to be verified by Apple, and we are still waiting on that. We will announce as soon as we have a tentative launch date for the App Store. All right. So far, right now, Pandojo is available on Google Play. If I'm not mistaken, the developers have worked on it hard as heck to make sure that Pandojo Android version is as stable as it can be. So if you can see any sort of bugs or anything like that, please use the feedback form, which will be distributed in right after this presentation for you guys to test out, to download, to use the application, and ultimately to give and provide a better platform at the end of the day, which is powered by the community. We can move forward. Right, so this right here is the Pandojo Learning and Development Team. We are establishing a Pandojo Learning and Development Team already. We've already established it. This group will be in charge of testing, community suggestions, providing feedback, and creating specific content on Pandojo. Now, the Pandojo Learning and Development Team will work together with the Panda Lab Management Team and the Panda community members to create a better environment, right, for Pandojo. Right, this is a community-run application. It can't just be like, hey guys, we have an app, we're a community project, and then only a few people dictate exactly where Pandojo is going to go in terms of development. That's not going to happen. We are going to build a Pandojo L&D team. We have the Pandojo L&D team, but what I'm saying is the Pandojo L&D team, together with all of us, will focus on building the best possible live streaming application out there. That's our aim, right? Let's move forward. So now, this is the game plan. With the Pandojo L&D team, learning and development team, we aim to build the first ever community-run streaming platform in the world. You may invite IT-savvy individuals, gamers, live streamers, content creators, or anyone who you see as a contributor to the development of Pandojo. And of course, mainly, the number one thing is that should be you, right? So in this driving force for the platform, we want the Pandojo Learning and Development team to also create specific content for the platform, right? For example, we are about to list our categories on Pandojo, right? Specific categories that we've created and tailor-made for Pandojo and where it's going to go as a platform. So we want a lot of people to maybe create cooking videos. We want people to create ASMR videos, sports videos, educational videos, gaming videos, all sorts of things. And we will definitely get the Pandojo L&D team to start on that. The number one thing is, the best part is the Pandojo Learning and Development team will be able to support us all the way. And of course, the entire community is just as involved as the Pandojo Learning and Development team, right? So now please keep in mind that the Panda community, by all means, please create your content. In the Pandojo L&D team, we've got a specific super team of about 100 people, but the entire community, right, our 20-30,000 people that we have around the world, I would love for all of you to start uploading content on Pandojo today. Build your platform here today. So when the revenue models come in, at least you guys get to start to generate a handsome amount of income. So this will allow us to speed the process of development and be able to reach phase 3 of Pandojo in a shorter amount of time. With the Pandojo Learning and Development team, together with your support, I think we'll be able to reach phase 3 in a shorter amount of time. That's our aim, right? The faster we do this, the better it is for all of us. Let's move forward. So of course, we are a Singaporean-based company. Our operations office is in Malaysia, developer offices is in Australia, USA, India, Singapore. Our country partners all over South Korea, USA, Indonesia, India, Nepal, Brunei, Canada, Philippines, Brazil, Japan, Vietnam, Hong Kong, Thailand, Russia, Jordan. The thing is that with this amount of country partners that we have, I can't wait for what's about to happen with the project. I can't wait for what's about to happen to our PTX. I can't wait for what's about to happen for all of us. We are all part of this community project. And it's not just a cool Telegram group. It's not just a cool IG page. There's so much of stuff that's going on right now. There's so much of development that has happened. And there's so much of development that is going to happen. And all of you are leading all of this, the movement that we have created. And this right here marks the beginning of a new journey for all of us in this movement. Right? We can move forward. So let's go all around the world together. Join our global community and welcome to the era of the revolution. Right? Thank you so much. Please, by all means, make sure that you follow our social media accounts in the next slide. Right? This is our website, our Facebook, our Twitter, Instagram. This is where you can get a lot of information. But if you want to check out our white paper or our GitHub, you can check it out via our website. You have all of the links there. And for presentations like today, if you want to share it with your friends and family, you can check it out on YouTube. It will be uploaded there shortly. And our Telegram group is where all of the communication happens, right? Join our Telegram group and our Discord as well, for those of you who are gamers. So let's move forward. Thank you so much. I'd like to invite a very special guest, right, to come on board and speak with us. There's a lot of updates from our chief, and he has a lot to share. Hi, Chief. How are you?
Hi, Prashant. How are you? Good.
I'm very good.
I'm good. It's an excited that we are meeting in this channel, and I'm a privilege to be in this channel as well. So thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much for the time, and very long that I'm engaged with whatever works that I'm doing. So today I'm also I'm very happy to meet all of you in this call.
there's a lot of people, Chief Logan, there's a lot of people right now screaming at the camera saying, "Oh my God, it's Boss Logan! Ah!" We haven't seen you in so long, Chief. That's the thing. Yeah. And it's so good to see you. Hope everything is good with you, Chief. I know you've got a lot of beautiful, exciting updates to share with all of us.
Yeah, I think Prashant, this is about time, for us to also, and for me especially, to share what are the progress that we have made and what we have done for last 3-4 months, and where we are now, and also it's good also to tell them how we're going to move forward from here onwards. Okay, I think a very good evening to each and everyone, and again I would like to thank you for all of you to taking times in this call, and to get updates from what we have done, especially on the Pandojo. Okay, and I also need to stress here, after so much of milestone on Pandojo, and because after we have tested the first version, it's the orange version of Pandojo, and the team, from the feedbacks that we get it from the tester group, and the team decided to change the overall to make it user friendly, to make it better from the first version and to the second version that we have, which is the green. Okay, so that's also that's also some of the challenges that we had, but today we can say proudly that we have managed to overcome all the obstacles and challenges, and we are actually in the verge of to go live. I mean to publish our build, or to publish all our Pandojo build to these Google Play and also Apple Store. So this is going to come. I think by next week you should be getting some good news from the creator itself. Prashant have worked on this project. Prashant, Manju, and the team. I think most of the teams have been working tirelessly, to make sure that the products be delivered to all of you. Okay, but as you all know, I know one of the main heart of streaming is actually Rameet Ron. What happened is that as you all know that from Rameet Ron 1.0 we move on to 2.0, we move on to 3.0, and right now what you have right now in your hand is Rameet Ron 4.0. See all the progress from one version to the other version. There's a tremendous changes that we do at the background. Even though you see that the Rameet Ron looks the same, but there's a tremendous changes that we have done in order to improve the Pandojo network. So one of the challenges that we have earlier with the Rameet Ron 3.0 is that number one, most of the Rameet Ron 3.0 and Rameet Ron 4.0, where we actually don't check whether you meet the minimum requirement or not, whether your Rameet Ron is meet the minimum requirement or not. We never check. We trust that the community will always what you call that, set up the Rameet Ron with the minimum requirement. Either it is web version or desktop version. Okay, so then after many rounds of testing, testing that we did with the Pandojo network, we found number of you does not really have that minimum requirement. Okay, so that actually disturbs, or that's actually having in a way that the Pandojo network itself some challenges in terms of what do you call transcode the file, store the file, or stream the file. So because Rameet Rons play major role from in the Pandojo network, right? So then after many rounds of discussions with the testers, many round of discussion with all the community, then we realized that we also need to check your Rameet Ron requirement, whether you meet your spec, or whether you meet your qualifications or not. Okay, so not only that, we also track where the exact locations of your Rameet Ron, so that we can actually tabulate a mapping at the background where the nearest peer-to-peer, so that the video streaming can be achieved fast, and streaming can achieve fast, and also optimize the way we do streamings. All right. So in Rametron 4.1, 4.0.1, we have upgraded, most of the things that we want to do that we doesn't have in the Rametron 4.0. Okay, one of these features that we have been built with Rametron 4.0.1 is it will check whether your Rametron meet the requirement, meet the basic requirement. I'm sure you all know the basic requirement of your Rametron. If your Rametron desktop version, you must know what is the minimum requirement. If your Rametron is web version, you also need to know requirement. So the Rametron, first thing before it is installed, it will check for your requirement. So if you doesn't meet the requirement, what will happen? When you doesn't meet the requirement, the Rametron will not be allowed. I mean, the Rametron will not be installed in your device, and will tell you that your device does not meet the minimum requirement to install the Rametron. So that's the first thing. So we called it in the Pandojo network, we call it bad characters Rametron. So we need to remove the bad character Rametron so that the Pandojo network will be more healthier, in a way that for the streaming purpose. Okay, so this is the first things that we want to do. Now what is happening right now is that the testers are testing the Rametron 4.01, and they are testing it, yesterday we released it, and today they are testing it from yesterday and today. So we are doing a few things. One is that we were looking at the build. Number two is, so we are looking at stabilizing the Pandojo network. So every time when we do a number of things, optimizations, stabilizations, so these works are going on. I think most probably Monday or Tuesday we will release Rametron 4.0.1 to public. Okay, so you'll be having these latest versions of Rametron in your hand probably next week by Tuesday. Now, as you all know, once we have settled this issue, this challenge, then because Rametron 4.0.1 it's actually already inbuilt with POE. So I think many of you be asking about POE. So this is the time that we have already activated POE in Rametron 4.0.1. Right. So once we have released the Rametron 4.0.1 to public, and then we will push the Pandojo to productions. Okay, so right now Pandojo, you all know that is in staging, which is testing. It's a testing version. And what do you need to do is that I think you need to delete the Rametron once we are pushing to production. Not now, but marketing will make an announcement. So once we have pushed the Rametron 4.1 to public, to the communities, then we will release we will move the Pandojo from staging to production. So then you can actually directly download. So in the Pandojos, or any videos being streamed from the Pandojo, then Rametron will play the role. Rametron will transcode, stream, and store. Okay, this will be achieved after the Rametrons. All the community have upgraded their Rametron 4.0.1. Okay. Now, there is a small changes, in Rametron 4.0.1 that I want to tell you guys so that you will aware when we launch it. But maybe currently, because Rametron 4.0.1 is in the testing stage, so probably the way that it appear may be different when we push it to mainnet. Okay, so let me show you the screenshot of Rametron 4.0.1. The tab that the tab that you always follow up is actually a pawn tab. So I'm going to show you what is the difference between Rametron 4.0 and Rametron 4.0.1. Just give me a minute. Let me share. Let us share the screen. Okay, this is the Rametron. You all know Rametron. This is the a pawn tab. All right, this is the Rametron 4.0.1. So now at a pawn tab, you will see whether the Rametron is taking up a job or not. Okay, so now is there the current job what do you call that, is current job active, it says no. I mean, later on the production, you might see, you know, different wording or different way, but this is how it works. Okay, we will tell a user whether the Rametrons doing works or not. I mean, Rametrons transporting you know, a file or not, you know. So you will know whether your Rametrons get a job, and this is how we will let you know. We will let you know. So once why we want to let let user to know the Rametron is whether it's getting a job or not, because you cannot switch off a Rametron when it is you know, doing a job. Okay, so that will be a problem. So there will be a challenges where when you switch off a Rametron when you're given a job, you know, so we need to decide whether this job, you know, whether this job has been completed, not completed. We need to know, right? So there will be challenges when the job has been assigned to a Rametron and Rametron does not do the job, or Rametron suddenly, you know, in the middle of transcoding, you know, it switch off. Okay, so what will happen is that in this case, this Rametron, we also called it a bad character, active bad character Rametrons, where we need to, you know, we need to see the because if let's say every Rametron does that, then, you know, the quality of our job will be questionable. Okay, so what we will do is here is that the particular Rametron, I mean, this is what we will display. Let's say, for example, you know, if you want to close a Rametron while it is transcoding. Okay, next slide, please. The next screen, Manju. So we will notify user that, you know, please do not close, you know, your transcoding, you know, or please do not close the Rametron. Okay, what will happen is that if you close while the Rametron's been assigned a job, and if you close, we will temporarily block this Rametron for next 24 hours. It means your Rametron will not receive any job for next 24 hours. If in middle of transcoding, I mean, you can go offline and online anytime, but this is in the middle of when we assign a job, in the middle of assigning a job, if you know, on purpose close the Rametron, then, you know, the following things, what will happen is that your Rametron will be blocked for next 24 hours. So then the job will be given to, you know, other Rametron. So the other Rametron will start the transcoding works. Okay, so this is the one of the way of, you know, to make sure that if you are staying in the network online, you need to make sure that you always make sure that, you know, that you are staying on, you know, and are ready. I mean, your Rametron stay in the network and they are ready to take the job. Okay, so this is one of the new implementations that you will be getting when you install Rametron version 4.0.1. Okay, one is that you will know whether your Rametron is getting the job. Then second thing is that you know, we doesn't want you to, you know, close the Rametron while you're doing the job, because this Rametron will be blocked for next 24 hours. Then you only be getting next job after the 24 hours. Okay, so this is some updates on the Rametrons, what you call for Rametron 4.0.1. Okay, now next thing is that in Explorer, if you notice, if you go to Explorer, we have also update the Explorer, while you know, because we want to show the actual network of Rametrons that you have in our Pandojo network. Okay, so we want to actually we want to actually give you a correct information where these you know, Rametrons peer IDs are located, and you know, in what geographical locations is also, you know, located. So we want to give this information so that everyone know exactly, you know, how many Rametrons in the market and where this Rametron is located and those things. Okay, so now we have in fact right now updated the Explorer. So here you can see what do you call the Rametrons networks details. Okay, and when you click the arrow there, it will go into it will take you to this what do you call new page. You know, beside the Rametron networks, there's the arrow, Manju. Yeah, click that one. Yeah, so take you to the new page, and it will display number of rametrons, that we have throughout these, in the Pandojo network. Okay, so you can check. In fact, you can, let's say, for example, you want to zoom in. Is the main, the main thing is that it will give you a country numbers. Then when you go into zoom in, it will give you what you call the state numbers, and when you zoom in, it will give you a city numbers. All right. So click any one of this green button. Yeah. Just click one. Click some more. Yeah. Click the green. Yeah. So you can see that there's two different. What do you call rametrons located in this area, and you can see also the peer ID, and so that's a word, a basic word is there. So I will explain to you. This is actually for future, but I explain to you now why we put there's a basic word in that. Okay, so you can actually zoom into a detail where this rametron located. Now, how do we get this? Because Rametron 4.0.1, we record your longitude and latitude of your Rametron. So with that, we can actually tabulate, the network of Rametron that we have in our Pandojo network. Okay, so you can actually check it out. Now, just to remind you, this is only works with Rametron 4.0.1 because certain Rametron, there's a number of Rametron earlier version does not really capture, some Rametron capture, some does not really capture. So in Rametron 4.0.1, we really want to capture all the details. So there is also an issue where users run the Rametron under VPN or masking, all that, So that will be some challenges because right now Rametron 4.0.1 does not check for all these setups that are happening at the user end. Maybe in future to come, if there's also some other issues that we have in the Rametron network, we might will look at a way how actually we can block user for using a VPN setup. Okay. Network setup, which is they're using a VPN. Okay, so not now. This is all no issue. But what I'm saying is that now the Rametrons 4.0.1 will tabulate this your exact locations of your peer ID. Okay, so once all our users updated their their Rametron to 4.0.1, and we can see exact. We want to see the exact number and also exact locations of your Rametron as well. Okay, so you can actually check it right now in your Rametron. It's already push it to mainnet. You can also check, but please bear in mind, testers are doing testing right now, and testers are giving feedbacks if there is any bugs or errors that we have. So don't worry if your Rametron peer ID is not shown there. It is just simply because we have not updated the public Rametron to 4.0.1. Once we update that, then we will optimizing, or we will also fix any bugs, which if there is any bugs that in this Rametron networks. Okay. Next update that I will also want to share with you all, in terms of blockchain, right? For the blockchain, we have already completed the upgrade of our blockchain. So now our blockchain supports smart contract, our blockchain support NFT, and very soon we will publish this. We actually we want to create every milestone that we do, we want to create stories for our community. So we are actually looking at it. All the testings are done right now. So I think soon we will publish documents for smart contract, NFT. These are the things that we will achieve at the blockchain. In the blockchain part. So in the blockchain environment, smart contracts, NFTs are already been tested in our testnet, and we will move into production in coming month. Okay. Now another thing also we achieve in our blockchain part is the wallet, where our wallet now are very compatible with MetaMask. So what does that mean? This means when we move this wallet to any of our applications, let's say, for example, Pandojo want to use a wallet, for example, so we can use actually MetaMask wallet. So this will open, users for many other chain. Like for example, if they are using USDT, if they are using anything Ethereum based tokens, you can also be participate in our any of our applications, dApp applications. Okay, so we have decided that all our dApp applications will be integrated with MetaMask, which PTX MetaMask is supporting PTX right now, and all other tokens also will be supported by MetaX. I mean, it's already available in the market, so we can actually write on in any other currency that we have. So it gives us bigger, wider bigger, wider viewers to come in and use our applications. Okay, and as I said again, for the Rametron part, POE, there is a penalty in a way that your Rametron will be blocked for next 24 hours if you disconnect or close the Rametron while it is transcoding. Now disconnect and close is totally two different things. If your Wi-Fi goes off, if your Wi-Fi goes off, that will not penalize you. We just want to make sure that when the Rametron is running, you don't off your laptops, okay, or don't close the Rametron. That's the only one that we want to do. Now, what will actually happen when in between of I'm streaming or between of transcoding, suddenly my internet goes off. So we built a smart tracking system. When your Rametron goes off, when the Rametron goes off, someone else will take over your job, and they will start doing the streaming, or they will start doing transcoding works. Okay, so it will be built in a way that the smart way that each and Rametron will be communicating each other. If anything goes wrong with your Rametron, someone else will take over the job, and they will they will do what they need to do. So talking about Rametrons. Okay, so having said that, so I think once we have released the 4.0.1, then you will be looking at it, the POE in place. Once we have Pandojo, we move to production. So all this need to be happen in a way that step by step. Like for example, we need to get all the Rametrons 4.1 to the community. Once we have achieved that, then we will move our Pandojo to what you call to productions. Okay, this will happen in somewhere next week. Somewhere next week definitely will these things happen, because I'm planning to launch Rametron 4.0.1 to public by Monday or Tuesday. Once we doesn't have, today's testers have been given a very positive feedbacks. That is positive in a way that there's some errors that you reported, it's already been fixed. So today I think I received quite a number of positive feedbacks from testers. So once testers give us the green light, everything's all okay, and by Monday or Tuesday we will push it to the communities. Okay. Next is that another thing is that I also want to take this opportunity to share what is going to go, what's going to happen in future, and today what's going to happen also today. Okay, so, but before that I also want to want to share my thoughts, what is going on with this project, when many of you send messages, send Telegram messages to me, price is going down, what we are going to do, and all those things. Okay, now please understand, okay, please see effect of our price. Of course, we need to look at it globally, what is happening, and we also need to look at it what we are doing right now, whether you know exactly what is happening in the price, the price determinations or not. Okay? If you all know this, then you will not go on, you will not fall into the trap. Okay, see, if you look at it, the only one single exchanger that we have to LBank, right? So that gives us a lot of learning, learning what you call we can learn a lot of things from here actually. It gives us a lot of opportunity for us to learn how actually all our communities, playing the role in this pricing factors. Okay, so as you all know, the pricing factors are determined by not me, not one single people. Pricings are determined by the community itself. Okay, but I will want to tell you, actually right now, there is a sellers are trying to pull your, I'm telling you this. Okay, that's because we need to stand on the what do you call seller market, not on the buyer market. Buyer market means they get an advance, they determine what price they want to buy. Okay, so you need to be very careful, because currently right now I think few traders are accumulating a token. Now I will tell you why. I will tell you why. Because it's not that I want to. I mean, it's your it's your what do you call it, decisions. Tomorrow whether you want to sell, is all your decision. But I want to tell you why it is happening. Because if you look at if you study the graph on a weekly basis or daily basis or monthly basis, you will know exactly what's going to happen. Okay, because right now buyer markets are pulling. I mean, buyer markets are fishing the number of tokens, and there's few traders are really making money. Okay, I'm sure one of you may be listening to what I'm saying is that a few traders are really making money, and one of the traders showed me that he makes in between 3,000 to 5,000 USD last month. Okay, I mean, this is happening, right? So you got to be very careful, because they know exactly how these things played. I mean, because you're not a traders, and they know exactly how this because sentiments need to be played, right? But it is also very important for you to understand from today to way forward what we're going to do. Okay, so as you all know that we does not have any one of the founders or anyone that hold huge volume of token. Nobody has it. It's held by the communities. Okay, because when we planned this, we want the community to come in first, then only other peoples need to be benefiting. Okay, so this is the only difference between any other project that we have made. We make sure that this is happening. Okay, number one. Number two, we want to make sure that even at the early stage, you guys decide which direction that you want to take this price. All right, now what I'm going to tell you is that from today onwards, what's going to happen to our projects. All right, first, our emphasis on the Pandojo applications. Pandojo applications will go through 3 phases of development. Okay, first phase of development is streaming part, which is right now is happening. And you will be experiencing this streaming parts together with us, because all things that we do, there is a technology challenges that we need to go through. But these technology challenges, we will attempt to solve it together with you. Like, for example, testers are giving a lot of input. Not only that, testers not only testing and telling you this is failed, this is not wrong, but they also giving some input that we need to, which are things that we need to look. Okay, so it's all very important for us. Next thing is that the pace where how Pandojos will go coming with the revenues, where these revenues going to come in. I think Prashant have also tell you that the circle of revenue generations, or the points of circle revenue generations is going to come in. That's the second phase. The third phase is that to putting together all this to live streaming, like streamers, how to stream, they stream big files, they stream very long hours, so these are the 3 phases the Pandojo will go through, and with that we will upgrade the Pando network as well. So Pando applications and Pando network have to come in together. As you all know, this is not only this is the only project that we are making a progress. Number of applications are developed at a similar time, at the same time, and we need to do this so that we can show each and every, because it's all dependent on each other. Okay, now from today, from now onwards, what we have started right now is that we are looking at a possibility how to stream using a mobile phone. Okay, now if you all see, everyone has a mobile phone. So when we did a research on this, so right now is that the mobile phone have already improvised in terms of computing power. Okay, so we think it's already a correct time for us to also to look into the mobile phone architectures, so we can bring in mobile phone into a Pando network. Okay, now the work's we already started the work. Now what we want to do is that we want to differentiate between, because you see, you have many products. We have TutorX, we have Vixo, we have Pandojo, and we have other products to come in. Different products need different types of what do you call Pando network readiness. Some sprint high live streaming, some recorded streaming, some games need to be streamed properly. So a lot of requirement needed. Right? So for that, we want to break our Rametrons into this is only information that the latest, I mean, by 2-3 months, it's not going to happen now, but I'm telling you the future direction that how we're going to do it. Okay, so number one is that we're going to bring in Rametron mobile versions, which is going to use what we call mobile phones, right? So mobile phone Rametron will work differently with what we have right now. Mobile phone Rametron only works on a streaming, only works is that to stream, not to transcode or not to store. That is the one changes. The other changes that we're going to also bring in is that Rametron's what we call enterprise version. So Rametron enterprise version needed for us to stream, like for example, do live streaming, live concert, 3D streaming, virtual streamings. So we need to also prepare in terms of better network, to stabilize the whole thing. All right. So next generation of Rametrons will be more, cater into wider market. All right, it's not only this market, but it's going to cater to wider market. So we're going to have, I think, we are looking at it 4 types of Rametrons. One is that we call it Rametron Mobile, and the other one we call it Rametron Lite. Rametron Lite is desktop version, and the other one we call it Rametron Pro, and Rametron Pro is server versions, and the last one we're going to come up with the Rametron Enterprise version. Now, this is in architectures right now on the drawing board. Architectures work. Okay, so it's soon, in next 2 to 3 months, probably we will publish the paper on this architecture itself. Okay, so moving forward, this will give us a lot of capability and capacity for us to talk to any other companies who want to build, an applications on top of us. That is already a few companies are talking to us, but they want to make sure that the entire Pando network that we have really give them the edge of what they want to achieve. See, so we have 1 or 2 companies are actually we are working with them, and that is why it is actually about time for us to expand the way the Rametron works. Okay. So of course, this will create another another way of you looking at it, and this will also create the another milestone for us to achieve in next. But all this we want to achieve by this year. This is what we are planning. Our teams are working hard. We are working hard to make sure that we are trying to accomplish all this in this year, so that next year we want to focus more into collaborating with big or maybe going to expo and exposing what we have done in 2022. Okay, so 2023 is going to be storytelling to the world that what we have done. And not only that, I also go around with our CEO, going meeting up with these country partners, talking to them what are the issues that we have, how we can support them, how we can help them. I think for first meeting that I have around few countries, I'm very excited and I'm very pleased with the plan that they have. So I think with all these this gives me very confident level that okay, the community is also supporting this project. So you're going to hear a lot of stories. You're going to hear a lot of updates. It's going to come in the way how marketing going to bring in all these informations to you. And we also decided to also cross communicate. Like for example, let's say whatever things that we did in Malaysia, we can also cross communicate with other country, and other country can also share. Yeah, these are the things that we are looking at it. All right. So basically, what we want to look at it is that from development part, and also from marketing side, from other country partners side, we can actually work together to make sure that each and everybody is supporting our projects. Okay, I always believe our projects need the movement. we need to move together. We need to move. We need to move. This is not about I'm earning, you earning. This is the earning will come. Definitely, earning will come for all of us. Not only for me, it's also for you. When you win, I also win. Kind of things. You see? So there's no doubt about it. But we want to create a movement that's supporting our projects, that understand our projects. What is the use case of the projects? It is not about creating a crypto. It's about creating a very challenging products, which is the future needed. So of course, we have a teething problems in every corner that we go. We have a teething problems. We have challenges. Sometimes when we implement in the staging side, it's successful. But when we move it to the production side, there will be new challenges which come in. Then we face the challenges every day. We face the challenges every hour. Even right now, while I'm talking, my teams are in the other way, telling me what are the things and asking me, what should I do? What should I solutions that I give and all that. Okay, but the interesting thing is that everyone are very excited to come out with the solutions. Everybody must come out with the solutions and getting moving forward. Okay, so as I said, we will document all the progress that we have made, and what are the things going to come in. We're going to document, and please, because once we have confirmed what are the approach that we're going to take, but definitely what I'm saying is that we are going to implement, all right? But when we're going to come out with the more details, so don't worry about this, the new stories that I want to details, don't worry about this, but definitely marketing will give you, each and every details, for you to digest and you understand how the whole new world for Pandojo project is going to open a door for us. Okay, so and with that, I would like to thanks for the team, for each and every one of you who have worked together with me from the beginning until today, and supporting the project, giving me a lot of inputs. I also want to especially thanks all the testers, who worked, as I'm working, as you all are working, they worked hand in hand to make sure while they were busy with other things, they also keep giving updating, doing the testing, what do you call the without any hard feeling, because like for example, testing is very hard. Today I'll give you one build, and the next moment I will say another build, third moment I'll build. So testing is not easy actually, because we need really to do a number of steps, stress, a lot of steps that we need to do. Okay, so I really want to take this moment, to thanks each and every testers, to each and every one, you have given the what do you call the help in order for us to the projects to move on. Okay, thank you so much, and thank you for each and everyone who have gathered here today. Thank you so much for your support, and we will definitely, as I said, let's go as a movement and uphold the potentials of our Pandojo projects. So once again, thank you so much for your times being with me today, and it's a privilege, as I say, meeting all of you in this call. Thank you. Over to you.
Fantastic, Chief.
Shantanu.
Awesome one, Chief. Thank you so much for the insight into the Ramatron, our development, our updates, exactly what's actually going on with our project, in the back end, in the front end, and especially as a movement in the project, what we need to do. Thank you so much, Chief. We really appreciate this. I think finding Chief Logan in a meeting is like finding the moon in purple color. It's very tough once in a while, because
Yeah,
thank you
but
so much for all you do.
Prashant, don't forget to share, one of my thought as well, which is the 3I concept. Please do share the 3I concept to our community. It's also a beautiful concept that, each and everyone need to adopt it, and, for this to become our projects more stronger, right?
Yes, definitely.
Thank you, Prashant.
Thank you, Chief. The 3 I's. We will definitely introduce it formally to the community, Chief. Thank you. All right. I think we have another very, very special person in the project that will be coming up shortly. There we go. That is the extremely once in a lifetime person, just like Chief Logan. Thank you so much, Chief Logan, and welcome to Chief Nava. Thank you so much for taking your time today to sit down with us to give us your insight exactly with where we're going to go and what's been happening, Chief.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. And I want to thank to our
Chief Logan for the massive insight, especially the developers team. It's crazy the way they are working, delivering everything that they are supposed to be doing to the best of their ability, given the limitations of them that we all have. I truly we need to applaud the
Chief,
entire
so
team.
sorry, Chief Nava. Yes, your
Too soft?
microphone.
Too soft, is it?
Yep.
Is it better
Thank
now?
you. Thank you. That's awesome.
Right. I repeat that again, that because that was so important. Thank you, Pashan, and it's a massive pleasure to be here with all of you. And I'm very, very excited with the way the project is coming along. And I want to take this moment to thank our Chief Technology Officer, Boss Logan, and the team of developers for the massive amount of crazy work they've been doing. All right. It's not easy what they have achieved. It's not easy what the kind of challenges they go through in making sure that they deliver the apps and the project the way it's supposed to be delivered. I mean, it's fantastic. I think all of us are very lucky that we have Chief Technology Officer Boss Logan and his team that is working really, really, literally sacrificing everything and doing this work night and day almost. Of course, not forgetting our entire marketing team, our corporate communication, our designers, our especially Nat, right? Manju, Tulasi, Shan, right? Rumit, our international division boss Edward, right? Of course, our finance guys that actually successfully sent our entire company to successfully audit, and we made make sure that we fulfill our obligation as a responsible company that actually pays their tax, right? I think we did a lot of things, guys. Massive. We did a lot of things, and I'm very, very proud that we can stand tall in a lot of areas. And I want to take a special moment to thank all our community leaders, especially our CPs, country partners, during our road trip. I would like to thank our country partners in Thailand. I would like to thank our country partners in Brunei, in India, even Malaysia. I think I'm very, very impressed with our country partner, which is Boss Izwan, Boss Shairul, and of course, Dr. Thomas and team for putting up a lot of things the way that need to be done for the business. And I also want to take a moment to say, wishing a speedy recovery to Boss John and his family who are down in COVID. But I think I saw Boss John in the meeting. Thank you, Boss John. Wishing you and your family a speedy recovery. And also to Boss Augustine, and especially I'm very, very proud of Boss Phil, our Korean CP. Boss Phil actually is doing his level best to go into the L Bank and buying the tokens and trying to keep getting the price up. And he was, and a lot of them were asking me, why is the price dropping? And what's going to happen? All right. I mean, seriously, I think the price is dropping because we decided to sell it cheap. All right. We somehow, I mean, maybe some of us are desperate, some of us have our reasons, but we actually sold our assets cheap. We should be keeping our, I mean, we should be very proud of our asset. It's not easy asset. We worked very, very hard for this asset, 3 years into running, right? And today we are given this asset and we just go and place our price at 20 cents. Though I'm not the least concerned what's the price the buyer wants to buy. I'm only concerned what's the price the seller wants to sell, right? We as seller, we as the owner of the tokens, we cannot compromise on our assets. We must maintain, we must take care of it. And if you ask me the question, can PTX go from 5 cents, which is today, to $1? 5 cents to $1. I think yes, very easily. But we will, as a team, I mean, like I always said, we are a community project, but we have the potential impact as a community to hit it big, to hit it massive, to make it enormous, right? Because these tokens are only produced by us. We are the champions for this. We need to champion a lot of things. And we have got a very innovative ecosystem, a very convenient ecosystem, which what is amazing about our ecosystem is that it is built to empower everyone financially. And having said that, when I see anyone, I mean, most of our community, somehow, some of them throwing the tokens at a very unreasonable price. Unreasonable price here means cheap, right? When we should be holding it at a reasonable price, 20 cents or more. I think if we all, as a community, as a movement, like what Boss Logan said just now, like what Prashant said just now, we all, as a community, must be united together, one stand, right? One heartbeat, one movement. This is the price of Pando token. PTX price is 20 cents. I think we will easily hit 20 cents overnight. Overnight. Don't worry what the buyer wants to buy. That is not our concern. Our concern is what we are selling. We just hold on to this 20 cents. And I will tell you this, we will become the next big cryptocurrency that goes into the mainstream. We are the biggest cryptocurrency. We are the sexiest cryptocurrency in the marketplace now. Because look at our ecosystem. Look at the apps that's coming in, right? And I think Boss Logan missed out to say Tutrex is going to go into the testers group soon. Vixo is going to go into the testers group soon. We will have all these apps. We have our ecosystem, and our ecosystem is further enhanced. We're going to make it huge, guys. All we need to have is patience and belief in the process of this ecosystem that is going to take us to really financial empowerment. And all of us are going to be financially rich, financially having the kind of lifestyle that we have always dreamed. That's what we built this. This is a project for the community, by the community. This is technology powered by community. So every one of us have an equal right to protect our project, because this is your project as much as our project. So every one of us must take great interest in ensuring the project becomes an overnight success. Pandojo is coming in. That's only one of our many, many apps, right? And when we were in Thailand, we had a few collaboration with, especially with Nation Building Institute International, right, to help to work with them in collaboration in coming up with the kind of ecosystem that is required. And we have already started working with them. And now, if you look into in Sarawak, in Kuching, they're going to have the first blockchain symposium. I think we are going to be very much involved with the blockchain symposium in Kuching, right? If you look into the activities that's being run by our Malaysian country partners, right, across the country, I think next Tuesday they're going to, I've requested them to run Bahasa Malaysia Malay meeting, all right, from next Tuesday onwards. And then they said they will be more than excited to create awareness, give them the information, bring latest knowledge that's happening in our ecosystem to all our community who can understand Bahasa Malaysia, all right? I want to thank Izwan and Chairul again for that, right? And every country is really shaping up well. I believe in the next 1-2 months, we are going to be a force out there. We're going to really, really rock. We are going to be the next big cryptocurrency that's going to be in the mainstream. All of us, this is ours. It's our right to protect every single token. Every PTX has to have value, have to have respect, have to have dignity, because it's ours. It cannot be sold cheap. And PTX will go $1 or more easily in 2023. That's yours. Next year, by February, March, we are looking at $1. So don't trade at 5 cents, 10 cents, and all that. Hold it, respect it. Okay? I want to share with you. We are collaborating with a lot of institutions, a lot of what do you call organizations, and there's a few things that's going to come up very soon. And I do not have the privilege to speak about it now. So there's a lot of excitement coming our way, and we are in the right path, in the right place at the right time. And I'm glad that I'm very excited because it's going to benefit all of us. It's going to benefit every community member that's with us. So now is the time also to bring in our family and friends to join the business as well, so that they also will be able to enjoy financial empowerment that is going to be brought together by our Pandojo project. With that, Prashant, thank you so much, Prashant. I'll hand it over back to you. I got to go because got another meeting outside. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you very, very much. All the best. Take care of our project. This is our project. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Chief. All right. Special thank you to Chief Nava. Thank you so much for your insight. Thank you so much for your passion and your vision for the project and exactly what we need to do, what we can do. We appreciate and we love you so much, Chief Nava, and also, of course, to Chief Logan. The both of you are such important individuals to all of us here. Thank you so much for making your time of day to join us in this meeting, right, to celebrate the launch of Pandojo in beta version. All right, so guys, I think we've got quite a lot of work to do. We've got a lot of content to upload. We've got a lot of stuff to do on Pandojo, guys. And it's going to be a beautiful journey. There's a lot of updates waiting for us in the coming weeks. So stay on board, stay active in the Pandojo project.